FutureMed 2020, the conference that would cover everything about the COVID-19 pandemic, from crisis management to how we use innovation and entrepreneurship at a time of a crisis to foster better caregiving, and also about how we accelerate science for the benefit of humanity. Such a great pleasure to introduce the initiator and the chair of this conference, Professor Ran Balitzer, who is the Chief Innovation Officer of Clalit. Clalit is the largest health provider organization in Israel and one of the largest of its kind in the world, and known around the world for its innovation, the use of data, and the way that you change caregiving through technology.
Yes, thank you so much, Nimrod, and thank you for taking this role as a host of this exciting day. Indeed, Clalit is the largest healthcare organization in Israel, and it has been involved in using data and technology in an innovative way in order to revolutionize and change the way we practice care for the millions of members, over 52% of the Israeli population. And I think that the challenge that COVID-19 has brought upon us made us truly soul search ourselves and try to see how can we really leverage all of this experience in order to better cope with this ensuing challenge.
So today we are going to talk about all the challenges that were introduced to humanity at the time of this pandemic. How do we do crisis management? We'll have an exciting session to talk about crisis management in comparative analysis from around the world.
Definitely so. And so there will be several viewpoints on crisis management, on accelerating science, on technology. This is going to be really a very, I think, dynamic day that is going to be unfolding in front of us. And we are very fortunate to be able to have such a group of luminaries spend time with us and share with us some of their thoughts, some of their experience, some of their aspirations for the future, and some of the insights and their lessons learned that will allow us all to do better as we try to cope with the challenges, each of us in our own country, in our own organization, and actually to some extent in our own family. We are all really somehow moving in the dark and trying to find the right path forward.
I think in this conference we'll try to see whether we can move less in the dark and be enlightened by technology and data. I think one of the highlights of this conference is whether data could be used to better do crisis management, better predict for the future, and better plan and even innovate at this time.
Yes, we will talk about data, we will talk about artificial intelligence, we will talk about drug development and vaccine development. We'll be talking about decision-making in epidemiology and decision-making in a business and decision-making in policy on a nation level, on an organization level, and on a local level. And all of these will be discussed by, I think, the most qualified people in the world to share with us some of their ideas and experience. And with no further ado, to the opening speech of this event, we were fortunate and privileged to have with us Mr. Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel.
Professor Balitzer and distinguished participants from around the world, thank you all for taking the time to be part of this important event. COVID-19 is a global challenge. Defeating it will require effective global cooperation, and that is why we're all here today. Only by sharing our experiences, by learning from each other, can we emerge from this crisis stronger with real answers for our peoples. I wish you all every success. Your success will be humanity's success.